At Greenway High School in Phoenix, Tim Salmon played varsity football, basketball, and baseball. But it was on the diamond where Tim truly shined, playing for Demons coach Ted Blake, who tipped off Grand Canyon University about his all-Arizona outfielder.
When we recruited Tim, we went to a couple of games, but no one would pitch to him. So Ted Blake, who's a good friend of mine, Ted said, well, come on over to practice. He goes, I'll throw batting practice to him. And he was launching balls, after about 3 swings, I was like, okay, that's good, we're done. So then it was just a matter of us trying to talk him into coming to play for us.
Salmon spent 3 years with the Antelopes, where he was a 2-time NAIA All-District selection and set school records for career home runs and runs scored. In 1989, after Tim's 3rd season, the California Angels selected Salmon in the 3rd round of the Major League Baseball amateur draft.
The first time I saw him play, I think he was a sophomore at Grand Canyon College. I was sitting up to the left on the 3rd base side in the bleachers, and he hit a home run at dead center field, and I was really impressed, obviously, at that particular moment.
In 1992, Tim was named Minor League Player of the Year by Baseball America. And then the following season, Salmon announced his presence with authority in the major leagues.
Fly ball to left on an 0-2 pitch, back, Roberto Kelly, it's gone! And Tim Salmon crosses the plate. That is number 1.
Salmon would go on to win the American League's Rookie of the Year after smashing 31 home runs and driving in 95. In 1995, Salmon had career highs with a .330 batting average, 34 homers, 177 hits, and 111 runs scored.
And Tim bolts it to left field and deep. It is gone! Home run! The Angels win!
The right fielder won a Silver Slugger Award for his efforts and finished 7th in the American League Most Valuable Player voting. The player, fans affectionately called King Fish, finished 7th again in MVP voting in 1997 after hitting 33 long balls and a career-high 129 RBIs.
I think he had that internal competitive machine inside him that was going to make him succeed in whatever he tried.
You're talking about a 5'2" player, good-looking guy, kind of looked at that Clark Kent look coming out of the phone booth, and just played the game properly. Timothy played the game properly all the time.
In 2002, Salmon came to the Angels' rescue. He was named the American League Comeback Player of the Year after hitting .286 with 22 home runs and 88 RBIs. Salmon also won Major League Baseball's Hutch Award, given to the player who best exemplifies fighting spirit and competitive desire. But the best was yet to come as the Angels made it to the playoffs as a wild card. In his postseason debut against the New York Yankees in the divisional series, Salmon hit 2 home runs and drove in 7, helping the Angels knock out the Bronx Bombers. The Halos then rolled past the Twins in the American League Championship Series, sending Anaheim to the World Series for the first time in franchise history, where they would face the San Francisco Giants. In the Fall Classic, Salmon came up big. In Game 2, with the score tied at 9 apiece in the 8th inning and 2 outs, King Fish stepped to the plate.
Salmon into deep left field. At the wall, the Angels are back on top. The franchise leader in home runs has never hit a bigger one than that.
Tim was the game's MVP, going 4 for 4 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs scored, leading the Angels to victory and tying the series at 1 game apiece. For the series, Salmon batted .346, collected 9 hits, 2 homers, and 5 RBIs as the Angels beat the Giants in 7 games to win the World Series.
He has a lot of things to look back on and be proud of. I think the 0-2 season for Tim is obviously his crowning moment where he finally broke through, not only getting to the playoffs but winning the World Series.
In 2006, after spending 14 years with the Angels, Salmon called it a career. For Tim's final game, the team honored him by cutting his name and jersey number into the infield and outfield grass at Angels Stadium. Salmon ranks first in Angels franchise history in home runs and walks, and is number 2 in games played, RBIs, doubles, hits, and runs.
Well, there's no doubt that for such a long time, he was the face of the franchise, coming up as a homegrown player, becoming Rookie of the Year, eventually going and being a key figure on the World Championship team. His legacy is very real.